Hello dear friends, I am Dr. Shaukatali. As usual, I am going to teach you the organic chemistry this semester. The topic I am going to discuss now is opium alkaloid, in particular morphine. And before we enter the discussion on this opium alkaloid, that is morphine, I have uploaded one video regarding the last class, what we have discussed in the last class, that is your cocaine. I hope all you have seen that video and enjoyed regarding the particular topic. Cocaine, what is cocaine, where the cocaine is used, how the cocaine is synthesized, what is the source for cocaine, what are the applications of cocaine, etc. etc. And what is the main advantage of cocaine, what are the disadvantages of cocaine, where the cocaine is normally used, why the cocaine some people are misusing, what will be the effect when they use illegally that particular cocaine, everything that video explained. Right, now the topic is morphine. This is your opium alkaloid. As far as the opium is concerned, this is your opium alkaloid. This particular morphine, we have three different types of opium alkaloids that is extracted from the plant. Papaver somniferum. Poppy papaver somniferum. Source is poppy papaver somniferum. This is the plant from which, in particular, the seed of this plant is used to make the opium alkaloid. We have three different types of opium alkaloids in this particular plant. The seed of this poppy papaver somniferum. We have the morphine, codeine, and thebaine. There are three different alkaloids we have in this particular plant. In particular, the seed of this plant. That latex of this, the cover of this seed is mainly used for making these three different types of alkali. One is morphine, another one is codeine, and the last one is thebaine. Very clear, there are three different types of opium alkaloids. All these three are prepared from the seed of poppy papaverum, and that is poppy papaver and somniferum. Poppy papaver somniferum. And when they process while extracting this particular morphine, while extracting the three different alkaloids, the maximum yield what they get while extracting is morphine. Therefore, this morphine is the chief alkaloid present in this particular plant. About 12% of this particular morphine is used as alkaloid, that is mainly used for treating the analgesic purposes. Mainly this is used as analgesic alkaloid in the name of morphine in medicine field. And when this morphine they further process, they get another product called heroin. Morphine on further process gives you the heroin. Morphine itself dangerous. It is used for analgesic purpose. Also, illegally they are, some people are trading illegally, they are smuggling this particular morphine in order to make this heroin, which is very dangerous. Like your alcohol, this also gives you the bad effect. It affects physiological functions of the entire human system. This is again comes under CNS depressant. It affects directly your central nervous system. As a result, naturally, the effect what one will get after consuming the alcohol, the same type of that effect again the people will get once they consume the morphine, its byproduct heroin, and the rest of the things, cocaine, thebaine, codeine, etc. All are opium alkaloids. And before we proceed the main discussion on this particular morphine, its molecular formula is, I'd like to tell you the important important points with respect to this morphine. Please take down this. The topic is morphine, comes under opium alkaloid. Apart from this morphine, that is extracted from the plant papaver somniferum, poppy papaver somniferum. There are 3 alkaloids normally present in that particular seed of that particular plant. One is morphine, another one is codeine, another one is thebaine. Morphine, some people, some industry is refining that is processing further this morphine. The morphine on further process gives you very bad product, heroin. This particular product people are smuggling from one place to another just for for bad for illegal consuming purposes, because this is very bad to your health. The plant name is poppy papaver somniferum, from where we extract morphine, codeine, and thebaine. And out of these 3, morphine is the major one that is present in this seed of this particular plant. This is the one that is extracted in the year 1806 itself. In the year 1806 itself, the morphine is extracted by one of the scientists. That is, this is isolated from this opium, this particular plant, in the year 1806. Just wait. Now its molecular formula is C17H19NO3. C17H19NO3. Its melting point is around 254 degrees Celsius. And its specific rotation is minus 131 degree. Minus 131 degree. This is the chief alkaloid, as I told you, the opium. This was isolated in the year 1806. And before we proceed the main discussion on opium, and one thing I forgot to tell you, all these 3 opium alkaloids, that is morphine, thebaine, and codeine, consist of the main nucleus, that is your phenanthrene is present in all these 3 nucleus. There is a phenanthrene based alkaloid, these 3 things. Do you know what is phenanthrene? Phenanthrene is a 3-membered ring, like this. This is your phenanthrene. This is your phenanthrene. This particular nucleus you can see in all these three different opium alkaloids. Both morphine, codeine and thebaine is made up of phenanthrene nucleus. This is your phenanthrene. Based on this, keeping this particular thing, I will draw the structure of morphine so that you can understand what is your morphine, the structure of morphine. This is your phenanthrene. I am deleting this, I am erasing this particular phenanthrene. I am going to draw the structure of morphine. This is your morphine. So morphine is made up of your phenanthrene structure. The basic structure here in morphine is phenanthrene, and we have one nitrogen that is in the tertiary state connected with methyl group, and there are two oxygen. There are mainly three oxygen. One is in the ether link form, and there are two more hydroxyl groups are there here, and in between there is a phenanthrene nucleus. Listen carefully. I am going to discuss the morphine now. The basic structure of morphine you come to know now. The molecular formula of morphine you know very well now. C17H19NO3. The melting point of morphine is 254 degrees Celsius. Its rotation is minus 131 degree. This is the structure of morphine. You know further, nitrogen is there in morphine. Methyl group is there in morphine. There are two hydroxyl groups are there in morphine. And one ether linkage is there in morphine, and the basic structure, the nucleus, is your phenanthrene. These are the basic idea you received as far as the discussion so far, what we have discussed in the classroom is concerned. Now we are going to discuss the detailed, the idea of your morphine. But in particular, the morphine is concerned, the discussion of morphine is concerned, we can divide this morphine chapter into three basic things. One is regarding the morphine. What is morphine? The molecular formula of morphine, its rotation of morphine, its melting point, the melting point of morphine, the basic structure of morphine, where we use this the applications of morphine, disadvantages of morphine, extraction of morphine, the source of morphine, etc. in first part. And in second part, the main thing, all you people can expect this particular question in your university examination. That is nothing but the structural elucidation of morphine. Structural elucidation of morphine. This basic structure of morphine, this particular structure of morphine, how you reach, how you arrived, in what way you arrived at this, what are the different points based on which you arrived at this particular structure. This is called the structural elucidation. This is somewhat tedious. Once you understand the different points what I am discussing in the classroom, that will be easy for you to understand, easy to conclude this particular structure as far as the morphine is concerned. And the third important discussion, what we are going to discuss later after finishing this structural elucidation, is that is nothing but your synthesis of morphine. This particular synthesis is consists of nearly 20 to 25 different steps are there. Each and every step is very, very important for your university examination is concerned. In particular, you may expect as such 25, say for example 25 steps as such you can expect in the university examination like this. Explain how to synthesize the morphine in the laboratory? What are the different steps involved in making your morphine? Synthesis, explain synthesis of morphine. In that case, for this particular question, the answer is you have to write the entire steps. Starting from the first material, what are the agent we use to convert the first starting material to the second, from second to third, what are the agent we use in between, everything to be memorized. This is somewhat tedious. This will come in the examination. You can easily recollect in the examination hall only when you have the continuous practice. Continuous practice in the sense, you read first, memorize the concept, the synthesis, then have a paper or a blackboard. You keep on writing the synthesis, number of times, 100 times, 1000 times, if possible. Only then it will come. You feel very easy to recollect that particular synthetic point of morphine in the examination hall. These are the few things to be kept in mind, my dear friends. This is very, very important topic. Now, you know that morphine is this. I told you that there are 3 different opium alkaloids: morphine, codeine and thebaine. All are almost equal. The basic structure of, I will write down, please take a note of this. Morphine, the basic structure is like this: C16H16NO. It has your OH, that is primary alcoholic, and apart from this we have secondary alcoholic hydroxyl group also there in morphine. In morphine, don't worry, while discussing the structural elucidation, you will come to know which is primary, how many primary alcoholic group is there, how many secondary alcoholic group is there, and the nitrogen, its state is whether primary or secondary or tertiary nitrogen. Everything I will explain very slowly. So morphine, as far as morphine is concerned, we have out of the 2 hydroxyl group. When you look at the structure, you can easily understand that I told you that there are 2 hydroxyl groups are there. One ethyl linkage is there, one tertiary nitrogen is there, and one methyl group is there, and the basic nucleus is your phenyl 3. Out of this 2 hydroxyl group, as per this particular hint, the hint says that there is one primary hydroxyl and one secondary hydroxyl. So out of these 2, one is primary, another one is secondary. This particular hint reveals. This is the basic idea of the structure of your morphine. And regarding codeine, C16H16NO, codeine. This also we have one primary alcoholic in codeine, and not primary alcoholic, methoxy group is there, and one secondary alcoholic group is there in codeine. This is your codeine. So in codeine, there is one methoxy, another one is one methoxy, another one is one secondary alcoholic. The basic structure remains same. The slight differences in morphine, there is one primary alcohol, and in codeine, instead of one primary alcohol, there is one methoxy. And in thebaine, the last one, thebaine basic formula is C16H15 and NO. And in this particular thebaine, there is one methoxy, OCH3, and one ketonic functional group. One ethylenic double bond is there. One ethylenic double bond is there. This is your thebaine. So the hint says that in morphine there is one primary alcohol, one secondary alcohol. Codeine, one methoxy, one secondary alcohol. And in thebaine, one methoxy, another one methoxy connected with your ethylenic double bond. These things you will come to know that while discussing the structural elucidation of morphine. Remember, while elucidating the structure of morphine, not directly we are reaching the particular structure. We have to consider morphine, codeine and thebaine. All these three things, how these three things react with some different reagents, what are the product we get, based on the product what we get while treating morphine, codeine and thebaine, because all these three belongs to the same, opium plant, papaver, pepper and somniferum. You will come to know that you will reach easily while understanding all these things, the concepts what we are going to discuss while elucidating the structure of morphine. And as I told you, this is somewhat a big chapter. The morphine, it consists of 3 different steps. One is about the fundamentals of morphine, second is structural elucidation of morphine, and the third important thing is synthesis of morphine. It's a big chapter little bit, and it's a time consuming one, and we don't have time to discuss all these things in this particular half an hour of time, the limited time what we have allotted. I'll try to discuss the structural elucidation of morphine in the next class. I'll try to discuss. Anyway, it's not possible to discuss the entire structural elucidation in half an hour of time. We'll try to discuss in the next class. And with this, I am concluding the discussion on introduction of this particular morphine, that is your opium alkaloid. And before I conclude, one thing I want to clear you people, that this is not like your ordinary classroom where we have the one-to-one interaction. You people used to clarify your doubts then and there because the teacher is before you. And now the situation is different. We are discussing, we are interacting via online, that is via Google Classroom. The reason everybody knows that the COVID-19 pandemic prevails throughout the world, restricts our movement. We are not moving freely like what we have previously, like 6 months back. Now the restriction is there. You know very well the effect of this particular COVID-19 virus. Therefore, be safe. Don't come out of your home. Be safe. Always be at home. Stay safe and stay home. With this few mantra, slogan, that is mantra. This mantra is not only applicable to India. Throughout the globe, this mantra, the people are following. The entire globe is following. Stay safe, stay home. With this, I am concluding this particular discussion on introduction of this morphine. Thank you very much. We will try to meet you in the next classroom. Thank you.